Eastern Conference Semis. The Knicks, they're beaten up. No OG Anunoby, but they got that guy. This building was ready to go nuts. Pacers, home crowd. Nothing's the Garden, but Indiana's got a lot of guys to cheer for. And here you see Brunson limps off, head to the bench, but would return later in the quarter. And there he is again. Bucket good, Rick Carlisle. Sarcastic applause. 2-point deficit at that point. Tyrese Halliburton hits the three. Caitlin Clark, who's going to do plenty of making threes in that city, cheering, and the building is happy as they're up 5. But they're 0-2 this series when they are up at the half. Oh my word. Miles Turner takes it to the rim. Pacers lead by 6. Josh Hart gets some rest. First time that he has sat the whole series. Applaud that man's grit and hustle. Applaud this man, Dante DiVincenzo. What a night he had. He hits a big 3. Dante again. All 3 of these. Knicks now down 1. A minute later, the Knicks down 1. Off the missed dunk for Ben Shepherd. Hartenstein with the block. Dante, this is 3 the hard way. He had 35 in the game. 17 came in the third, and the Knicks, trying to go up 3-0 in the series, have a 5-point lead going into the fourth, and now that lead has grown to 9. Halliburton gets the bucket. Hurt getting it, but he makes the free throw, and it's a 6-point game. Now it's a 4-point game. Brunson's pass is stolen. Halliburton Euro stepping. Little contact on the ball, so no walk, I guess. Okay. Halliburton rolls his ankle. It's a 2-point game. Knicks now leading by 3. Pascal Siakam spinning off glass and 1. He's been a little shaky at the free throw line, but he hit that one. It's tied at 99 after a free throw gives Indiana the lead. Brunson right back at you. Knicks up 1. 2 minutes to go. We're tied at 102. All right, a wild sequence here. Off the steal, Hart. Clean block. Turner gets the block on the other end. It's a layup from Andrew Nembhard. Is that... Ooh, that's off the window first. Indiana complaining about calls that were missed. I'm saying that's it's close. I don't know. Close. We'll just have to live with close. Indiana leading by 1. Out on the break. That's clearly goaltending, and it wasn't going to be close as DiVincenzo blocks it off the glass. On the other end, this man is the definition of what clutch looks like. Brunson ties the game at 106. Next Pacers possession. Halliburton, a clean look. No. Nice job there. That was Nesmith who knocks it back out. Indiana has a chance to reset. Shot clock's winding down. Nembhard doesn't really have a choice. Got to pull. He hoists from deep and he hits. He had 2 clean looks of possession earlier and missed both of them. Here, working on Brunson. Steps back. It's the longest 3 that he's hit all year long. And the Pacers have a 3-point lead. The Knicks have got time. But you wonder, can you be patient? Maybe the Pacers are going to give up the foul, not let you get a look. Brunson goes quick. Tries to draw a foul. Doesn't get it. He's asking for it after the fact. Let's see. Got hit maybe on the ground there by Nembhard. Pacers get a couple of free throws to ice it afterwards. Some thoughts on the clutch made 3 from Nembhard and Brunson on the one he missed.
When I got the ball, I didn't really realize what the time was. Ty said something. I looked up, and it was like 2 seconds on the clock, so I just knew I had to get something off. I was just in the moment, like it was just, I was just kind of shocked a little bit. You know, I was just happy the ball went in.
When you put up that kind of off-balance 3 with about 11 seconds left, did you like that shot when you put it up?
Not really. Just a terrible decision, and something I need to learn from.
Did you kind of recognize in the moment, or did you know the time remaining?
I knew the time. I knew everything that was going on. I just made a terrible decision.
You know, right there, we can't harp on submitting calls or doing any of that. And, we could be better. And whoever's out on the floor, you can't let it fall into, the 50-50 calls.
Bob Myers joins us now to discuss the Indiana Pacers getting on the board. If I ask you how it happened, well, Nembhard makes a three, hadn't made one all night. He's kind of forced into the shot, right, with the shot clock winding down. That's the difference. But there's so much baked into this. The desperation of the home team. I think the fatigue of the New York squad. I just am interested, Bob, in your sense of how Indiana ultimately erases that deficit when they absolutely had to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go down 3-0, Scott. And I honestly thought, and most of my predictions, if you've watched me, have been pretty off. But I thought that Indiana would win this game, but I thought they'd win it going away. But Nembhard, you're right. Nembhard didn't score until about 2 minutes to go in the game. This is a fascinating series for me because this Knicks team is worn down. And by the way, they should be. Huge minutes for Hart, DiVincenzo, Brunson's banged up. At what point does the rubber meet the road and this Knicks team start fatiguing? I think we finally saw a little bit of that in the fourth quarter with some of their players.
This time of year, Bob, and you've lived this obviously in a past life, right? There's a certain amount of finesse that goes on in terms of trying to get officials maybe, I don't want to say on your side, but you're going to make it clear how you feel about the officiating that's going on in past games. Was any sense of the way the whistle went in this one? Because Brunson's lobbying for calls. He's not going to get everyone. Is your sense that the whistle's been decent in this series, or has it been bad?
No, it's been fine. I mean, I don't know. I think we probably talk about officiating more than we should. And you forget these officials are making hundreds of decisions between the three of them every game. And I'll tell you this, Scott, when I was in my previous life, we played a lot of playoff games. I was fortunate enough to be in a ton of playoff games, a lot of finals games. I can tell you maybe one time, maybe two times in 12 years where I felt like the officials might have affected the game. I think in 2013, Curry had a left wing three-pointer against the Clippers, and we thought Chris Paul kind of hit him in the stomach, and they didn't call it, and Curry missed it. And we thought if that's a foul call, he gets 3 free throws, we might win that game. The other one was in game 1 of the finals, I believe in 2017 or 18, and there was that block charge call where they went to review whether someone was out of the circle or not, and they overturned it. And stop me if I'm being too detailed, but that's it. In 12 years, 2 times did I feel like, wow, this whistle might impact this game.
Now, listen, that's fascinating detail, and I think it's illuminating because I do feel like, to a degree, that when I say there's gamesmanship and finesse, I think you do it publicly for a reason. And I don't think that you're going to get a call necessarily, but it's subliminal. Everybody's human beings that's involved in the game, the players, the officials, the coaches, everybody. And so I found what you said very interesting.
Yeah, I always find that it's also an organizational mentality.
Sure.
Because you don't have the mentality of making excuses. That's where I'm coming from, because they don't help you. And if you really want to be ruthless about evaluating it, Scott, don't let it be a close game. You want to play a close game, the officials are going to have a role in that. Maybe that's what I got lucky with the Warriors. There wasn't as many close games.
Right. Yeah. I figured that was probably obvious for our viewers. Yeah, you guys didn't have the officials impact games much because you guys were excellent. I just want one last quick thought on this. Is this enough against a fatigued New York team who's got the guys that are able playing a ton of minutes? Is this the kind of result that maybe the pendulum swings in the direction of Indiana moving forward based on their ability to somehow pull this one out of the fire?
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm focused on Halliburton's health. I saw at the end of the game he was deferring. He wasn't getting his shot up. But I do think Indiana, if it's about stamina and it's about getting across the finish line, they've got the depth. But this Knicks team, there's something about this Knicks team, Scott, that just makes you believe. It reminds me of like an NCAA tournament. I know the Knicks are a 2 seed. It reminds me of us rooting for a 11 or 12 seed. I hope this series goes deep, and I think it easily could, because I think this game 4 isn't going to get any easier for this Knicks team, and maybe the Pacers have gotten a little bit of confidence now getting one against this Knicks team.
NBA